Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Danielle if you're new, and I'm a full-time reseller on Poshmark and Mercari. Today is a What's a Wednesday video, and if you're new here, that is a video I release every Wednesday, and I go through all my sales from the previous week and just go in more in depth into them, talk about what they sold for, how much I paid for the item, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right in. These will be from May 23rd to May 29th. So starting off with May 23rd, the first sale I made was a pair of American Eagle jeans. These were just a medium wash kick boot style jean. They were in a size 4 and they sold for $15 with a Poshmark fee of $3, leave me with $12. So I got these pretty cheap for $1.40. I bought some inventory off someone about 6 months ago, and these were in that little bundle, and they cost me about $1.40, and they did take about 5 months to sell. So I usually like to stick to around 6 months and less for things to sell. I did want a little more than 15 for these, but I was happy to move them, considering I paid $1.40 for them. Next up is probably my favorite sale of the week. This was a Big Bud Press jumpsuit in vintage white. This was in a size extra small, and it sold for $90 with a Poshmark fee of $18, leave me with $72. So this took about 3 weeks to sell, and this was from my Jomar Wholesale Passes palette. Mine did have a couple stains on it, so that is why I sold it for $90. I originally listed it for $125, and then I accepted this offer of $90 because it had the stains on it. But I am extremely happy with getting $90 for this, especially since it came in my Passes palette. I'm very happy with that sale. Next up is a Mercari sale, and this was a Vineyard Vines blue striped dress. This sold for $31 on Mercari with their selling fee of $3.10 and their processing fee of $1.20. That left me with $26.70. This dress was also from my Jomar Wholesale Passes palette, and it also took about 3 weeks to sell. I'm very happy to be moving these items from the palette very quickly because it did take me a while to get some of them up. So I'm very happy to move it for $31. I think I originally listed it at $38, and then I received an offer for $31, and I immediately accepted because I was very happy with that offer, and I am very happy to move this item. Next up was another Poshmark sale, and this was actually a 3-piece bundle on Poshmark. The total for the bundle was $85. The Poshmark fee was $17, and then my earnings were $68. The first thing in the bundle was a Neve Designs 1/4 zip pullover. This was in a size large, and I had this originally listed at $65, and it sold in this bundle. This took about 2.5 weeks to sell, and this was also from my Jomar Wholesale Passes palette. This was another brand that I had no idea what it was, but it looked like a very interesting piece, and when I looked it up, the comps were kind of all over the place. So I decided to list it at $65, and it sold in this bundle. The next item in the bundle was a pair of shoes by the brand Viscata. They were the red Sargo espadrille wedge, and they were a size 10. I originally listed these at $30, and I actually got those in a Jomar box. I think it was a 20-piece mixed women's shoe box, and I paid about $4.40 for them, and they took about 7 months to sell. I had never heard of that brand before I got it in that box. Comps for that brand are kind of all over the place. They're kind of ranging from as low as 20 to as high as like 60. So I wasn't sure where to list them at. And I had originally listed them a little higher than 30, and then I had relisted them for 30, and I am happy to move them in this bundle. And the last thing in this bundle is an item I've had for way too long. This was just a Disney Minnie Mouse Crewneck sweater, and I had this listed at $12. I had dropped the price a few times, and I'm just very happy to get rid of that because I've had it for a very long time. So overall, I'm very happy with this bundle sale. I was happy to take $85 for it because it had the Disney pullover that I wanted to get rid of, the Neve Designs, which I got rid of fairly quickly, and then the Viscata shoes that I also was happy to get rid of. And the last sale for May 23rd was a Gap vintage soft classic hoodie in the color Oyster, and it was a size extra large. This did sell outright for $28 with a Poshmark fee of $5.60, leaving me with $22.40. This jacket took about 2.5 weeks to sell, and it was from my Jomar Wholesale Passes palette once again. I've been selling quite a few items from that palette because I had finally got everything listed a couple weeks prior. So this actually sold outright for $28. Comps were anywhere between 20 and 30 for this, so I thought 28 was a good price. I am extremely happy to move this item quickly, and I am happy with the profit on this item. Moving on to May 24th, the first sale I made was a torrid top. It was called the Chiffon Pintuck Blouse, and it was a size 2X. It sold for $20 with the Poshmark fee of $4, leaving me with $16. I've had this torrid top for a while. I have no idea how much I paid for it because I've had it for way too long. I actually recently relisted it at $20 and ended up selling a few weeks later outright, so I'm happy to move it. And I'm honestly, torrid, I'm pretty picky with nowadays. I only get it if it's a few years old and if it's a good style. So I am pretty picky with torrid now, but I am happy to move this top. The next sale I made on May 24th was actually a pair of sandals, and they're by the brand Kaanas. It's like Kaanas. I don't know how to say it. It was called the Braided City Slide in Almond. These were in a size 6, and they sold for $25 with a Poshmark fee of $5, leaving me with $20. These did come from a Jomar wholesale box. I believe that they came from one of the 20-piece women's mixed shoe boxes. I paid about $4 for it, and it took about 8 months to sell. I got these sandals in the middle of winter, and so I kind of had in my mind that they would sit until summer. I think I originally listed them at $35 and took an offer for $25. I'm happy to move them for $25. It's still a good profit margin. I've sold a few pairs by this brand before. It sits for a little bit, but it eventually does sell for a good price. I have sold another pair of, I think, sneakers that sold pretty well for a good price. They did sit, but they still sold well. So I am happy with this sale, and I'm happy to move these sandals. All right, moving on to May 25th, I made 1,020,000 sales on May 25th. So we'll be on May 25th for a while. First thing I made was a Poshmark sale. It was a pair of Everlane pants. They were the Carpenter pant, and they were in orange. They were size 6, and they sold for $35 with a Poshmark fee of $7, leave me with $28. These pants took about 3.5 weeks to sell, and they are a flip consignment item. I was trying to hold off for a tad more for these. I originally listed them at $45, and I wanted to get $40, but when I got an offer for $35, I just decided to accept and move them fairly quickly. I am happy with this sale, and you guys already know Everlane is one of my favorite brands. It always sells very fast, and it sells for good money. So I am happy with this sale. Next up is another flip consignment item. This is a pair of Fry boots. These were just they were called the Campus Tall Leather Boots, and they sold for $50 with a Poshmark fee of $10, leave me with $40. They were in a size 8, and they took 4.5 months to sell, so way longer than I initially expected and hoped for these boots. I also expected to get more for them than 50, but I had this for a while, and the consignment period had already been renewed once. So when I did get an offer for 50, I did decide to go ahead and accept and just move them for the client. And it still did leave a good profit, so I'm happy with this sale. Next up is a Poshmark sale. This was actually another bundle. This was a 4-piece bundle, which is very surprising because I usually don't sell a ton of bundles, but last week I sold quite a few. So this one sold for $70 with a Poshmark fee of $14, leave me with $56. The first thing in this bundle was a Row and D navy ruffle hem blouse, and this, I think it's a Nordstrom brand. I don't know, don't quote me on that. This is a size medium, and I originally listed it at $22. I have had this blouse for a very, very long time, and I honestly just wanted to move it, so I was happy letting it go in this bundle for $70. The next item in this bundle was a Band of Gypsy's floral lace romper. This was new with the tag, and it was a size medium. I originally listed it at $35, and I paid $2 for this romper, and it took about 5.5 months to sell. I'm happy to move this romper. Band of Gypsy's is hard for me because some items I can sell pretty well, and some items sit for forever. So I'm extremely picky with Band of Gypsy's, but this was a new with tag romper for $2. So it was a good buy, and I'm happy to move it in this lot. The next thing in this bundle was a stateside black mock neck tank top, and this was a flip consignment item. I listed it for $22, and it was in a size medium, and it took about 1.5 weeks to sell. I didn't know what this brand was, but in this lot was some other stuff that I wanted, and I ended up looking this brand up, and it had okay comps. They weren't amazing, but they weren't terrible, and they were kind of all over the place, but I am happy to move this very quickly for my client. The last thing in this bundle was an American Eagle purple lace-up crop top. This was new with the tag in a size large. I had this listed at $22, but it sold in this bundle, and it took about 9.5 months to sell, and I paid $2 for it. This was another item that I wanted to move. So 2 of these items in this bundle I wanted to move quickly, and 2 of them I was okay sitting on. but when I got an offer for $70 for all this stuff, I accepted because I thought it was reasonable, and I'm happy to move everything. All right, next sale was another Poshmark sale. This is another one of my favorite sales from last week. This was by the brand Trip NYC, and it was just a black steampunk corset dress in a size large. This did sell for $80 with a Poshmark fee of $16, leaving me with $64. This was a flip consignment item, and I have already told you guys about this on Instagram and in a vlog. So if you're sick of listening to this dress, I'm sorry. I gotta talk about it one more time. But this was a brand I had never heard of before, called Trip NYC. And when I was looking up comps for this dress, I found a bunch of in search of posts, ISO posts as you can call them. So I was going to list it at 100, and I actually had one of the people in one of the posts message me back and say, hey, I'm still looking for the dress. What were you going to list it at? I let her know I was going to list it at 100, and she was like, I can do 80. Can you do 80? And I was like, yeah, I can do 80. So I listed it, and then 5 minutes later, I got an offer for 80, and it sold immediately. So this is a flip consignment item, so I'm happy to move it that quickly, and it, of course, had amazing profit. This dress, even after selling 5 minutes after it was listed, it got so many likes after it sold, and it's just crazy. But I think, looking back at the sale now, I think I could have got a lot more for this dress, because I think it was like a dress that's really hard to find. So I honestly think I could have got at least $150 for it, but it's okay. Lesson learned, and next time I find this brand, maybe I can get more for it. Okay, last sale for May 25th was a pair of Lululemon reversible flare leg groove pants. These were in a size 12, and they sold for $40 with a Poshmark fee of $8, leave me with $32. These pants took about 6 days to sell, and they are from my Jo Martin Wholesale Passes palette. They did sell outright for $40, meaning I listed them for $40 and they sold for $40. These did have quite a bit of wear on them, which is why I listed them for $40 and not higher. If they didn't have that much wear, I could have listed them for more, but I am extremely happy to move them super quick, and I'm very happy, of course, to be moving my palette stuff very quickly. Moving right along to May 26th, I made a ton of sales this day as well. So the first sale I made was actually a Mercari sale, and it was a Bowden yellow pocket front dress. This did sell for $30 with their selling fee of $3 and their processing fee of $1.17, left me with $25.83. I had this dress for about 11 months, so I've had it for a while. So when I got an offer for $30, I immediately accepted because I wanted to get rid of it. I don't know how much I paid for it. I don't think I wrote it down. But I am happy to move this dress, and I think $30 is still a pretty good price to have it for that long. Next up is another Poshmark sale, and this was another bundle sale. This was only a 2-item bundle, and it sold for $30 with a Poshmark fee of $6, leaving me with $24. The first thing in this bundle was a We The Free Malibu thermal top in a size medium, and I had it listed at $22 before it sold in the bundle. I paid $3 for this top, and it took about 6 months to sell. We The Free basics and just Free People basics in general usually don't sell for more than $25 for me. I can get anywhere between $18 and $25 for basics, depending on the basic. The next item in the bundle was an American Eagle draped hooded cardigan in a size medium as well. This was listed at $19 before it sold in the bundle, and this I've had this for so long. This is one of my oldest items, I think, and I just wanted to move this. So when I saw it was that as the other item in the bundle, I let it go for $30 total because I just wanted to get rid of that item, and I didn't really care if I was losing money or whatever, because sometimes you have stuff in your closet that has been there for so long that you just need it gone, and that was that cardigan for me. So I moved those two things for $30, and I am overall happy with it. I don't know how much I paid for the cardigan because I've had it for way too long, but I am happy to move the items. Next up is another Poshmark sale. This is by the brand Blue Life, and it was a blue striped deep V romper, and it was in a size small. It sold for $25 with a Poshmark fee of $5, leaving me with $20. This took about 2 months to sell, and it was a flip consignment item. This brand, actually, I didn't know what this brand was, and so when I looked it up before getting the lot, it looked pretty good, and I had another dress as well from this brand that sold really fast, so I'm happy to move this as well. I originally listed this at $35, and when I received an offer for $25, I went ahead and accepted because I had it for 2 months already, and the flip selling period is 90 days, which is 3 months. So I decided let's just move it for a tad less than I wanted, and just to move it before the selling period ends. So I'm happy with this sale, and I had some good profit with it. Next up is another Poshmark sale. This was by the brand And Other Stories, and this was a Cowl-Neck oversized sweater. It was in a size small, and it sold for $40 with the Poshmark fee of $8, leaving me with $32. This did come from a Jomar wholesale box. It came from a 50-piece reseller CPR box, and I paid about $3.80 for it, and it sold in less than a week. I had never found this brand prior to getting it in this Jomar box, which you guys saw me get in this Jomar box because I actually had it in my unboxing of my best Jomar wholesale box ever. And this was in there, and I think I kept in how excited I got when I pulled it out. But I had never found this brand, but I knew it did very well, and I originally listed this at $49. I ended up getting an offer for $40, and I immediately accepted to just move it fairly quickly. So I'm very happy with this sale. Next up is another Poshmark sale. This is a pair of Cabi trouser dress pants. These were in a size 14, and they sold for $25 with a Poshmark fee of $5, leaving me with $20. These took about 3.5 weeks to sell, and they are also from my Jomar Wholesale Passive palette. I'm very happy to move these. They sold very quickly. I originally listed them at $30. I received an offer for $20, and I countered $25, and she accepted. So I'm very happy to move these, and I had a good profit. This next sale is a Poshmark sale, and it is an Ellie Tahari, brand new. It was called the Dixie Moto jacket in a size 10. This sold for $32 with a Poshmark fee of $6.40, leaving me with $25.60. This jacket has haunted me for so long. I've had this jacket, I swear I've had this jacket since like the first year I started reselling, and I remember exactly where I got it. I got it at Uptown Cheapskate. I went to their like Dollar Days sale that they had going on, and this jacket was there. It had a little dot on it, and I got so excited because I thought, oh, Ellie Tahari, that's a really good brand. It was not, and I'm very happy that it finally sold. It only sold for $32. Yes, I wanted a lot more, but when you've had something for that long and you get any offer at all, you just accept it. All right, we are moving along to May 27th finally. The first thing I sold on May 27th was a Disney Mulan retro swim top. This sold for $15 with a Poshmark fee of $3, leaving me with $12. This took about 2.5 months to sell, and I only paid $2 for it. So I was happy with the sale. I think it had good profit. It sold fairly quickly, and bathing suits are extremely easy to photograph and list and everything. So I'm very happy with the sale. The next sale was a pair of Torrid jeans. These were the premium stretch distressed skinny jeans in a size 24. These sold for $20 with a Poshmark fee of $4, leave me with $16. There's actually a funny story about these jeans. These have sold once before, and I actually got them delivered back to my house, and I couldn't figure out why, and I never figured out why, so I ended up just relisting them, and now they sold. I don't remember how much I paid for them. I also don't remember even when I got them, because there was just a little gray area between when they got delivered back to my house and what was happening to me listing them again. But nonetheless, I'm happy to move them, and I think I probably still made good profit. I usually don't pay more than $4 or $5 for Torrid jeans, so I'm so happy with this sale. Next up is another Poshmark sale, and this sale is actually, this one has another hilarious story behind it. So the title says Franco Sarto. They're strappy block heel sandals, okay? Sold for $18, Poshmark fee of $3.60, leave me with $14.40. Okay, the funniest thing about this sale is that these shoes are not Franco Sarto. These shoes are Vince Camuto. So I sold these shoes, and I'm in my inventory closet looking for these shoes, right? And I cannot find them anywhere. But I find the shoe that looks exactly the same, and it says Vince Camuto, and I'm like, wait, what? So I bring them in here, I look at it, and I'm like, did I list these wrong? So I don't know where it went wrong. I don't know what happened, why they were listed like that. But I ended up messaging the girl and was like, I just realized these are not Franco Sarto, they are Vince Camuto. Do you still want me to ship them out? And she was like, yeah, I still want them. And I was like, okay, good. And I don't know how that happened, but always be sure to double check your titles and your item, because I don't even know how long those have been listed like that with the wrong brand and everything, but it's hilarious. All right, the last sale on May 27th was a James purse top. It was called the Contrast Ribbed Surplus Shirt, and this I've sold a million times over. This one was in a size extra small, and it sold for $23 with the Poshmark fee of $4.60, leaving me with $18.40. This I received in a Jomar wholesale box for $3.22. I don't remember exactly which box this came in. I want to say the reseller CPR and premium to mid-range denim box, but I can't remember. It took about 6.5 months to sell, so not bad. James purse is some pieces do a lot better than others, but I have sold a ton of these contrast ribbed surplus shirts, and they always tend to sell pretty fast and pretty well. This one took a little longer, but I'm okay with it, and I still made a pretty good profit, so I'm happy with this sale. Moving on to May 28th, the first sale I made was a Carmar, I think is the brand, black denim Lincoln zip cargo skirt, and this was in a size small, and it sold for $25 with a Poshmark fee of $5, leaving me with $20. This I received in another Jomar wholesale box, I think the same one as the James purse top, and I paid $3.22 for it, and it took about 6.5 months once again. This I wanted a little more. Looking at comps, I thought I would get a little more for it, but since I had it for 6.5 months already, I received an offer for $25 and just decided to go ahead and accept to move the item. The next sale I made was an American Eagle graphic t-shirt. It was just a Kurt Cobain t-shirt. It had some distressing on it. It was a size small. It sold for $15 with a Poshmark fee of $3, leaving me with $12. This t-shirt was from my Jomar wholesale passes palette. It took about a month to sell, and I am actually fairly surprised it sold for $15. I honestly expected to get anywhere between $12 and $13 for it, but I was surprised when I got a $15 offer. I originally listed it at $18, and when I got the offer, I immediately accepted. All right, the last sale on May 28th was a Zara oversized soft crewneck sweater. This sold for $13 with a Poshmark fee of $2.95, leaving me with $10.05. This crewneck sweater I've had for a very, very long time. I have no idea when I got it. I have no idea how much I paid for it. I'm just very happy to see it finally leave. There's just some items, like I was saying earlier, that you're just ready to get rid of, and this was one of those items for me. I could not get rid of this to save my life. I swear I've had it for at least a year and a half, if not even more. So I'm very happy to move it, and yes, it was not the most profitable item ever, but I think I still did make a profit on it, so I'm still happy. And finally, moving on to May 29th, the last day, the first sale I made was a pair of Redone Originals cigarette pant jeans. These were in a size 26, and they sold for $60 with a Poshmark fee of $12, leaving me with $48. These took less than a week to sell, and they are a flip consignment item. I did originally list these at I think $79. So I was originally planning to get a little more, but when I got a $60 offer, I went ahead and accepted. This sold extremely fast and great profit, so I'm very happy with this sale. And last but certainly not least is a J. Crew dress. This was the pom-pom midi dress, and it was black, and it was new with a tag and a size 6. This did sell for $55 with the Poshmark fee of $11, leaving me with $44. This was another flip consignment item, and it also took less than a week to sell. This I originally listed at $70, and I did want to get a little more for this dress because comps were pretty good, but I didn't want to risk losing the sale, so I did go ahead and accept $55 as an offer. I think she originally did 50, I countered 60, and then when she did 55, I just went ahead and accepted. I'm very happy to move this so quickly, and it had a very good profit. Alright, you guys, that is it for this week's What's a Wednesday. I know this one was extremely long. I had an amazing sales week, and I haven't had one of these in a long time, and this may even be my best sales week yet. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you again next week. Bye!